Next up,
we have women's longsword. Now, this is actually a very, very interesting thing. The Germans, for some time, have been absent from swordfish. And it's really interesting because I think that this is the first time a German has fought for a medal at swordfish. And it's in the women's longsword, fighting for third place. Carla Hoovermann from Grün-Weiß-Holten from northern Germany, fighting against Michele D'Orlando of the Waterloo Sparring Group in the UK.
That's interesting. We've seen for several consecutive years in the ladies' longsword, there's a new dark horse that just appears on the scene that nobody's seen before.
It's really interesting. You get these
we
women,
now begin
women
the
who
ladies' longsword. In the blue corner, from Grün-Weiß-Holten, Germany, Carla Hoovermann.
So Grün-Weiß-Holten, Grün-Weiß means green and white, which are their club colors. They come from Holten, the town of Holten in northern Germany.
In the red corner, from Waterloo Sparring Group in the United Kingdom, Michele D'Orlando.
Michele D'Orlando, of Italian origin, but living in the UK and part of the Waterloo Sparring Group. A well-known competitor, Michele has medaled quite a few times before, but her opponent, Carla Hoovermann, is a dark horse appearing out of nowhere. This has a tendency to happen with the female fencers. You get a female fencer like Christine Konsmo showing up in 2011. Nobody heard of her, and she just burst upon the scene. Now we have Carla Hoovermann doing the same. A little overexcitement by Michele D'Orlando, charging to the center of the ring before time was called. Now here we go. This is going to be a spirited match. Sver, Oberhau,
Schnitt to the arm.
parries on both sides. Judges see it as a cut to each. Oberhau, it looked like a parry and a left Oberhau by Hoovermann.
D'Orlando.
One point for Hoovermann there. I think there was an afterblow by D'Orlando. One point each.
Orlando rushing in to take the center of the stage, but then she gives way again. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a
flourish of swords. Didn't see exactly what landed there.
Starting from the Schrankhoot, cutting to the head.
1 point to red, 1 point to blue. The first round of the ladies' longsword for third place.
Judges see nothing done. Very fast-paced fight between these two women. Thrust by Hoovermann, Sver by Orlando, Oberhau by Hoovermann. Two cuts to the head.
Hoovermann has really nice, diverse striking.
Yeah, wide variety of technique.
Yeah.
But D'Orlando is doing the same.
Two points for
Looked like it was a cut to the head by D'Orlando, who has a lead of 3-1. That looked like a cut to the head to me by Hoovermann.
Attempted feint by Orlando. Hoovermann doesn't bite. Strikes the head, but Orlando comes in on the other side with the afterblow.
End result, no score.
Orlando Flug up to Fontach.
Cut and a miss.
To the hands.
That looked like a thrust.
With a counter to the head.
Did it hit? One point for Hoovermann. Score is 2-3.
Strike, parry.
Looked like a cut to the wrist by Hoovermann. Judges a bit confused about what happened.
See how far above her head Orlando holds her hands when she strikes from the Oberhau. Boom. Comes in.
That was a lovely feint and a cut by D'Orlando, but a parry and a riposte with an Oberhau by Hoovermann, striking in the head for 2 points. We have a score of 4-3. Hoovermann now in the lead.
Striking from above.
Very spirited match this time around. Cut to the head by Dorlando after blow. I think to the arm by Hooverman.
End of the first round in an interesting fight.
So it looks like we have a slight lead by Hooverman, the German, against Michaela Dorlando, the Anglo-Italian, we'll call her. 4-3. Very spirited, very close match so far. Some nice technical pieces with Dorlando starting in Schrankhout, doing a nice back edge cut, and some really interesting things going on by both of these fencers here.
Mr. Axel Pettersson coaching her there in the corner.
So Carla Hooverman from Grunweiss Holten, her instructor is Garrett Bartz, who has also fought here and made it into the eliminations, fought a very hard opponent and was unfortunately knocked out. But it's really interesting to see these, the diversity of the fencers that we see here. So again, this is the first time that a German has been fighting for a medal here, and it's a woman. Both in Flug, thrust, parried, and a cut around.
By Orlando.
That would be 2 points for Dorlando with a cut to the head.
Which leaves them at a tie. 2.5 minutes left in the second round. Strike to the midsection by Hoffman. Orlando hits to the head.
So
Hooverman leaving the head exposed.
So it's a 1 point reward for Dorlando. So it's a 5-4 lead by Dorlando.
I like it that Dorlando's fighting from the high off. You don't see that too often. She transitions to the high off and she fights from the high off.
And a point for Hooverman. So we're at 5-5, a very, very close fight here. Two very spirited fighters. Oh! Thrust by Hooverman, cut by...
Strike by Dorlando, counter thrust by Hooverman, cancelling each other out, but it's a very nice thrust by Hooverman.
Good thrust by Hooverman, cut to the head by Dorlando.
Exchange. Judges can't agree.
Do not agree on what occurred. Looked like
Orlando going for the hands.
Might have been a cut to the hands by
Tap
Dorlando.
again.
The judges have the liberty to disregard a cut if they believe it's too light. But we had a cut in there to the head by Hooverman, who is now up 2 points, 7-5. Germany over UK. It was a one-handed blow to the head by Orlando, but it did not land on the head. I guess it landed on the shoulder. It was a one-pointer, 6-7. Hooverman in the lead,
Dorlando
charging in.
Action.
Pommel strike, beautiful pommel strike to the head by Dorlando. How is that scored? That is given a 1 point for Dorlando. Nice pommel strike with a tie score. This is on a razor's edge, ladies and gentlemen. Cut.
Strike to the hand by Dorlando.
Judges didn't see it.
Exchange, go up and clinch. 1 point each. Strike to the head, counter by...
Oh, yes, it was it looked like a cut, parry, riposte with a cut to the arm by Hooverman, who then parries the afterblow, earning her a point, 8-7. Oh, beautiful cut by Hooverman, parrying the afterblow. Beautiful, that's the way it's done. Cut to the arm, parry the afterblow. 9-7, Hooverman wins bronze, earning Germany's first medal at Swordfish.
The dark horse, ladies and gentlemen, Carla Hooverman.
Congratulations, Deutschland. Congratulations, Grün-Weiß Holten.
And excellent display of sportsmanship there with two fencers hugging each other.
Two great fencers, very evenly matched. Looks like they're even both redheads. Great fight.
who came with our coach this year, who competed in the men's. He was
Garrett Bartz.
Excellent fencer, excellent, but didn't make it all the way, which is a shame. I would have loved to have seen him fight here for.
But put out by a very good fencer as
Indeed.
well. So they primarily study the Lichtenauer School of Fencing, not surprisingly, for a longsword club in Germany.
Excellent strategist, excellent analyst. He's worked his way up to these gold medal standard now. He's
Superb
still
fencer.
very young. He's still in his 20s, but in
Easy
HEMA
to-
years, he's old. He's been around for a long time in HEMA years.
Easy to recognize by his striped socks. Anders,
Hagemark,
the master of distance, the one who, in such a relaxed manner, creeps into distance and then hits you before you realize that he's there.
And the key there for him is that he can manage to get within range, so he can hit you with an orber out without having to take a step, which makes a much cutter hit. Christian cutting from the sides, Anders parrying. Christian hits through, finds the target, earning him 2 points. Anders countering with 1.
So a total of 1 point lead now for Christian Ruukkonen. Looked like a cut to the wrist by Anders. Don't think it landed.
Landed on the cross guard. Vinden by Anders. Christian counterwinds, lands on the head, or the shoulder perhaps.
Looked to me like a cut around to the wrist. Landing, earning Ruukkonen 1 point. Oh, it looked like a Unterhau landing by Lennard. Unterhau to the wrist, I would say, by Lennard, earning him 1 point.
Christian attempting the shield.
So we are at 1-2 now, although it's a little bit of a time lag.
Tail
on the
guard
screen.
from Ruukkonen. Leonard, very solid core ringic fencing. Strike to the head by Leonard. Parry by Ruukkonen.
Now
Vind.
Leonard is actually at a disadvantage here. He has a knee injury that is slowing him down. You can see him limping a bit. It's really hindering his mobility.
He's also already proven himself.
Schlüssel by Ruukkonen. Interesting use of guard to taunt his opponent. Looked like another Unterhau to the arm by Leonard, earning him another point. So it's 2-3 now. This is the thing about Anders Leonard, is that he has such a good control of distance, and that he will just reach out and touch you when you think you're out of distance, and you're not. How he does it? Leonard having trouble with that knee. You could see him staggering there as he staggered past Ruukkonen. That's gonna give him trouble. Two experienced fencers sounding each other out. Tight play with distance and measure. Crump binds by Ruukkonen. Disengages to avoid by Leonard. Playing with distance. Little body feints. There's a lot of subtle things going on here.
A lot of subtext.
Oh,
Strike
looks
to the
like
hand
a
by
beautiful,
Ruukkonen.
beautiful
Okay.
cut by Ruukkonen. Very subtle, but very nice cut to
What
the
that
wrist.
was is moving from the complex to the simple, where you have this
He's-
long exchange of footwork and binding, and then just nice hit to the hand.
Something simple. And the interesting thing is Ruukkonen is turning Leonard's game against him, playing that little, toying with that distance, then just reaching out and touching the opponent.
Time has been called. You see there Anders Leonard together with his coach Axel Peterson, who is together they have founded St. Mark, who's our main sponsor. You see them on the mat. They've made the Koning glove, where you saw the advert for it at the beginning, and Mr. Leonard is wearing a pair himself.
Christine Konsmo, our referee, Christian Ruukkonen, consulting with his coach in the corner, Sarah Vertanen.
Leonard has a bad knee. He's also proven himself. He's done it all. Roukonen is on the rise. Roukonen has never had a goal. He's never tasted that yet. He's hungrier.
Not at Swordfish, for sure. Younger man, very technical, got a lot of good thoughts on fencing. Writes a blog. It's a real thinker on the art of fencing.
Did you say drinker or thinker?
I think a little bit of both. A lot of both, maybe. It looked like...
Strike by Anders to the head. Did it land on the cross guard?
Looked like it was parried and then a cut to the wrist by Roukonen.
Earning Roukonen 1 point. 5 points
5 to 2
in the second round.
I think Leonard is being hindered by that leg. He looks like he's moving slow. A rolling feint and a cut parried by Leonard. Oh, a thrust, beautiful thrust to the head by Roukonen. Let's see what the judges think. Did they see it? They did. Thrust to the head, earning 2 points for Roukonen. Taking a pretty substantial lead there. The judges are consulting, however.
You have an injured knee. It does a lot for your distant management. Anders Leonard, he has that ability to just shave inch after inch after inch without the opponent noticing it, and then like a viper, boom!
And he just reaches out.
Hits to the head.
No footwork even in many cases. It's a question of body angle, leaning, weaving left, weaving right, shaving inches off, and then all of a sudden he's upon you.
It's something that...
6-2 is our score. Christian Roukonen, commanding lead over Leonard.
Tail guard by Roukonen versus the fluke.
Sphere by Leonard. You can see his mobility is limited. He's having trouble getting in quick. Oh, strike. Beautiful cut to the wrist by Leonard. Parrying the afterblow. Textbook. But only 1 point. 3-6. Still in favor of Roukonen. Another cut to the arm by Leonard. Beautiful distance management, using the skill set that nobody has to equal him. Cutting to the wrist.
Also telling Roukonen, tuck your hands in.
And when you have a knee injury, that's the way to do it. If he can pull a medal out of here, yeah, Roukonen acknowledging a hit to the hand. Or not.
Confusion. Fight continues.
Cut,
strike,
parry,
parry.
Good exchange. Oh, looks like a thrust landed by Roukonen.
Anders counters to the head. Did the thrust land? It did.
Thrust landed.
Judges did not.
Looks like it's 2
see
points.
A counter. 2 points to Roukonen, putting him in 8 points to 4. With about a minute left.
Cut to the head.
Over the parry.
Thrust, parry, cut, parry, cut over the parry by Roukonen to the head. 10 points to 4. Commanding lead now by Christian Roukonen. Oh, beautiful thrust!
Wow, lovely.
Lovely thrust. Anders doing what he does best, manipulating that distance, and before Christian Roukonen realized, putting that thrust into him.
Did I detect the reverse grip there, or was that just my imagination?
I didn't see. Oh, parry and Unterhau.
Obviously in pain there, he's limping.
Yeah, definitely having trouble, but look at that. Another point for Leonard. 7-10 now.
Lost exchange.
Really an amazing fighter, but the last exchange.
Strike to the head, landed clean.
It's a cut to the head by Leonard. But too little, too late. So close. 9-10.
9 points to 10. That was an excellent bout.
A fine bout.
We have a bronze medalist, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Christian Roukonen from EHMS, Finland.
Beating last year's champion, Anders Leonard. Bronze medal for Finland. Well done. Well done. Two good fencers, two amazing fencers. Fine performance by both, especially by Anders with his injured leg, but a fine performance, even finer, I must say, by Christian Ruukkonen. So, first place in women's longsword at the Dutch Lions Cup. One of the most accomplished women's fencers in HEMA, Sarah Virtanen. But Julia as well, fine fencer, having medaled here in the past at Swordfish.
Sweden or Finland?
Julia Ylihukka, two-time Swedish women's longsword champion, and I believe she was also the Nordic League champion for women. So these are two medaled women, experienced competitors.
As decorated as you can get.
Here they come. Julia's got a lot of energy.
High pace.
So does Sarah. Now the
Right
thing
off
is,
the bat, high pace.
yes, and you've got a substantial size difference with Julia being a little shorter. Sarah quite tall, but Julia is feisty. Nothing to be trifled with. A lot of sparring for dominance, positional, a lot of good offline footwork, both in a flug, going from right to left, looking for that opening, points weaving in and out. Virtanen occasionally going up to right from tog, little probing cuts here. Both
Here we
little
go.
light
Exchange.
cuts.
Wow.
Wow, nice cut, multi-cut. Looked like there might have been a cut to the arm. Yes, an Unterhau from the right by Sarah Virtanen, scoring 1 point on Julia.
Very impressive first exchange.
Lovely. Light, technical, good fencing.
Julia switching up the guards.
Thrust by Julia, parried by Sarah Virtanen. Flug thrust. Shifting up to Ox, up to Fomtag, cut. It looked like a cut to the hands. Looked like a cut to the hands, but
ending in one score each.
1 point each, so no change to the overall score.
Julia taunting the blade of Sarah Virtanen, trying to get her to react, to create an opening.
This is really energetic fencing from the women. Fantastic performance.
Strike to the arm by Ylihukka. Did Virtanen counter? No, she did not. 1 point for blue, which puts them at 1 point each, with 1 minute left in the first round.
Sver parried. It looked like one of those got through. Looks like
Judges couldn't really agree what happened there, ending up in 1 point each.
1-1 tie. Close fight. That looked like it might have been a crump to the wrist by Virtanen, resulting in 1 point for Virtanen. That looked to me like it was a crump out to the wrist, cut from the right shoulder. Nice move by Sarah Virtanen. Sver, a couple of spheres, 2-3 spheres by Virtanen. One of them landing, it looked like, to the arm, but a cut to the head in return by Julia Ylihukka.
Last exchange in the first round. Virtanen in
2-2.
Frontag.
Tight match. Tied 2-2.
Parry.
Cut and parry. It
Strike
looked like
the wrists by Julia Ylihukka.
Looked like a right Unterhau after a series of cuts and parries. Right Unterhau from Julia, earning her 1 point, breaking the tie 3-2.
Light lead here.
The very slightest lead at the end of that first round. Very exciting match between these two. Worthy of the gold.
And you see here, Sarah Virtanen she's a lot taller than Julia, and
Julia's holding her own though.
When you talk about weight classes, really the advantage is in height because it gives you a longer reach. But when you talk about weight classes, really that weight represents the height of a person.
It's arguable. I mean, certainly a reach matters in fencing, but so does weight. You know, even with a shorter opponent, if they close in the bind and they move into grappling, or you have a tight bind and they move in close, that weight plays a big, big advantage. So is it height? Is it weight? Is it both? Probably a little of each.
Virtanen has an advantage in her coach, Mr. Christian Raukonen, who's an excellent coach, and will be able to analyze the situation for her and tell her what to do and help her.
We'll see him fighting later tonight for bronze in open longsword. Very experienced fencer. Looked like an Unterhau by Julia and an afterblow by Virtanen, resulting in 1-1. No change to the overall score. Julia maintaining her lead.
Strike to the arm by Virtanen.
Yep, it looked like there was no effective afterblow, or it was parried by Virtanen. 3-3. We have a tie once again. Very tight game.
You see Virtanen twisting her hilt all the time. You don't know if she's going to go up in a hang-in or a Schwarz or what she's going to do. She keeps you guessing there with her hilt work.
It's this change from right to left flug. And Julia doing the same. Oh, looked like.
Strike to the hand by Virtanen. Julia counters. Does not land. 1 point for red.
Slight lead by Virtanen. Will she defend her championship? Looked like another cut. Didn't seem like judges saw that as landing. Oberhau, Zwerhau, another Zwerhau by Virtanen. Judges can't seem to agree on what happened. Resulting in a point for Julia. Tie score once again. Seesaw match back and forth.
With almost 1 minute left in the second round.
This is really keeping us on the edge of our seats here in Sweden. You have to hand it to Julia.
Parry by Julia. Strike to the right side.
It looked like it was a Zver. It looked like it was a Zver from Virtanen, but an afterblow by Julia.
Cut and a miss.
Anything could happen at this point. A change in tactics. The crowd is excited. So are the fencers. Something will happen.
It looked like smash by Julia Hukka, counters by Virtanen. We'll see what the judges say. Point each. 2 points each.
I thought that afterblow was a bit out of tempo, but judges saw it differently.
Strike to the arms by Virtanen. Did Julia counter?
Sver to the arm, or an Unterhau to the arm by Virtanen. 1 point each, still a tie.
That was time. We are at a sudden death, ladies and gentlemen. Here, fighting for gold in ladies' longsword at Swordfish. Strike to the head by Julia.
Blow to the head by Julia, but it looked like an afterblow. That looks like
2 points to Julia Hukka, 1 point to Virtanen.
Scratches out a victory. The shorter woman manages to unseat, to dethrone the reigning champion, Sarah Virtanen. We have a new champion at Swordfish.
This is a giant victory. Julia Hukka. But I tell you one thing, Matt, it ain't over. I want to see a rematch.
I'm sure there will be one at some point in time. Excellent match.
What?
A real seesaw back and forth between these two fine fencers.
Last year's champion, Anders Linnard, so there has been a passing of the torch. Salute.
two excellent fencers. Now, the interesting thing is both of these men specialize in the Zwerchhau. Now, what happens with Federico in blue is that he takes a thumb grip and flug. You'll see him do a parry, a flug parry to left and right, and then do a double Zwerch to take his opponent. Michel Rensen will use the flug in attack. He'll go up into Ox, he'll do a feint and cut around. The left sphere is his specialty. Look for it here.
This bout will be of who's the master of the Schwert.
Yes. Who is the master of the Zwerchhau? Zwerchhau, Lichtenauer's favorite cut.
I think you mean Derbringer's favorite cut. I think he spends 3 pages in his manual on just that cut, and it seems to be...
Yes, okay. Michel Rensen doing his signature move. This right ox, a feint, and then a left sphere that lands, giving him 2 points. 2 points to 1. You see Dall'Olio in his flug with a thumb grip, lifting up, parry to either side, cut around. Tutsver, both hits. Whenever you see Rensen, beautiful thrust, and it's Zwerchhau by Rensen. This time a right Zwerchhau. 1-1 each, no score.
Well, that's the question. Will they cancel each other out?
Yes. Whenever you see Rensen go up into a right ox, you know he's going to feint and then cut around with a left sphere.
Strike to the right side by Rensen.
1 point each, no point.
Dall'Olio cantering. Federico Dall'Olio in blue from Italy.
It looked like...
Thrust by Dall'Olio.
And a cut around, Unterhau, left Unterhau, which landed. 1 point each, no score.
Michiel Rensen from the Netherlands.
Slight lead, 2-1. Oh, yes. Feinted a thrust and left ox, cut around with that left sphere. Michel Rensen, you know that left sphere is coming, but can you stop it?
Threatening with the point, walking in with the point, almost as
landing
a thrust,
there,
but
and then cutting around. Referee
having a word with the fencers. Probably about uncontrolled fencing, about striking after the break.
Probably.
They have, with the Schwers that you see here, it's continued motion where you cut right, left, right in like a combination of strikes.
Changing up his position. Looked like Federico Dall'Olio landed. It looked like a right sphere to the head. Judges saw it too, and an afterblow lower down by Rensen, giving, that should be 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point. We have 2 points.
Not reflect. Yeah, 2-2. We are now at a tie.
Exchange.
One point each, no change. I don't think I have ever seen so many Zwer thrown in one fight. Even with Ardo Fama. Okay, when he does that, when Rensen goes up into that crossed ox, there's a particular move he does. There he goes again with that left sphere. Did it land?
It did, earning him 2 points. No, sorry, Dall'Olio countering with 2 points to the head. It's the end of first round. Dall'Olio with a slight lead.
Rensen had the lead at first. Dall'Olio turning it around 3-2. And the interesting thing is, these two men fought once before in August for gold and silver. Federico Dall'Olio narrowly taking the gold at the Dutch Lions Cup in Utrecht, Netherlands. Michel Rensen of Zwaardenstein from the Netherlands. Federico Dall'Olio from Italy.
And look at the corners. Arto Fama in the corner of Rensen.
Master of the Zwerch himself, famous for his triple Zwerch. And on the other side,
Francesco Loda.
Francesco Loda,
The
another
maestro.
gold medalist from Swordfish.
Indeed. Two consecutive gold medals in 2012 and 2013, I believe.
Italy really doing well this time around.
The
There he
battle
is.
of the Schwartz continues. Strike to the hand!
Yes. Nice
Dall'Olio.
change of tactics.
Interesting.
It was a
Out of the blue.
Yep. It was a back edge Unterhau and Flug by Federico Dall'Olio. Totally unexpected. Not at Sver.
Well, what he wants
Cut
to
him in
achieve,
the hands.
what he wants to achieve with that is he wants to force Renson to think about his hands and pull them
Yes.
back and make him hesitant.
Okay, up to 4-2 now though. But there was a blow there by Renson. 4-3. Oh,
Strike.
yes.
Counter strike to the hands, it looked like.
It was a feint in left ox and then a cut around with a left overhow. 4-4. We are tied once again. Another one of these seesaw battles.
Dall'Olio
Thrust,
loading up for
parry.
the thrust. Runs in.
Yes. It looked to me a thrust, parry, and a left Unterhau by Renson. The judges see it too. 1 point red. Renson once again in the lead. He had the lead, he lost it, now he's back. The fans from Italy and Netherlands giving competing chants for their favorites. A thrust, and it's fair. Cut around and a schnitt by Dall'Olio. What did the judges see? 1 point blue.
Which puts
And
us
we
in
are tied
again.
once again. What a seesaw battle this is. That looked like it was a sphere by
Striking on the same opening.
resulting in no change to the point value.
High Fomtag.
Alber, down to Alber, to Longort, to Flug. Nice guard changes. And a right-left sphere by Dall'Olio.
Earning Dall'Olio 2
2
points.
Yes, that's what I saw too. It was a feint to the right, cut sphere to the left. It lands through steel, but still managed.
Geisler.
Oh, change of tactics, but misses. Geisler, one-handed cut.
Strike to the head.
Oh, yes.
By
I think Renson got
Renson.
one through there.
Well,
Renson should earn 1
Dall'Olio's-
point on that.
Dall'Olio is diversing his targets, which gives Renson more to think about. If you're only attacking one target,
But
that's the
Renson-
only thing you have to think
Renson-
about. High Fomtag, ladies and gentlemen, versus
6-7, super close. Renson needs to do something to even out the score. Oh,
double
thrust.
thrust.
And an attempt at closing.
A schnitt, a shove, a gentlemanly hug, and we'll see what the judges say. 2 points to blue,
1
1
point.
point to red. And that was the last exchange, ladies and gentlemen. We have a winner.
Federico Dall'Olio repeats his performance at Dutch Lions Cup, pulling out once again a narrow victory over Michel Renson of Zwardenstein in the Netherlands. So we have a repeat of his performance just in August of this year. Fantastic job by both fencers. Very tight match, seesawing back and forth. But Federico Dall'Olio pulls it out once again.
The story of the year is the Italian invasion. They have already long ago proved themselves in rapier. Now as well they can add longsword and buckler to that list.
Fantastic performance by Italia. But Michel Renson doing the Netherlands proud. Excellent technical fencer. To silver or gold yet. Michaela, frequent competitor, having
veteran.
often medaled.
And you saw that in the face-off here. That you saw how calm and relaxed Michela Dorlando looked, and Tosca, you saw tension in her eyes.
Tosca has some issues with stress, but she has an amazing way of coming out on top. And that looked like a blow to the head by Michela Dorlando for an early lead.
And her foundation is high guards, cut from above, Oberhaus, and she's got a very strong parry.
Yep. That looked like a cut by Tosca Birming, a parry by Michela Dorlando, a cut around to the arm with a left Oberhaus scoring for 1 point. That should be 3 points for Michela Dorlando. Yep. Same thing. Okay, cut right Oberhaus by Tosca Birming, a parry by Michela Dorlando, a cut to the torso from the right with a right middle how by Dorlando. That should be 4 points for her. Good control of distance by Orlando. I thought there was a cut to the arm and then a cut to the head by Tosca. We'll see what the judges gave it. 1 point each. That's a nullity. Low guard, now a high guard, Michela. Right. This is the thing about Tosca. She throws in attack after attack after attack, and she often scores. 1 point each.
Yeah, throughout this tournament, you've seen her. She in every bout, she sets the pressure. She engages first.
She does. She hits again and again and again.
It gets her ahead.
To be honest, I think I am sometimes surprised at how far Tosca gets. She has a fairly limited repertoire, but she uses it well. It's right Oberhaus, right Oberhaus, right Oberhaus, and then lift up into left ox, and then fishing with the point. But she managed to protect herself, and she gets points, and she gets victories. But Michela, having observed this, has a commanding lead of 5-1 so far. Right Oberhaus from Tosca, parried by Michela.
All right, left from tuck on the left side by Michela. Exchange.
Yeah, there were a series of blows. I didn't see anything land by Tosca. I thought I saw a blow to the head by Michela. Commanding lead, 7-1 by Michela. The height difference making a difference, but I think it's more a question of technique, to be honest, and experience. Michela is a much more experienced competitor than Tosca, and she has less of a problem with nerves.
You see her getting comfortable now, changing up her guards. You usually see her only fencing from tuck on the right side, or maybe also the left side, but you saw there in a flug in the exchange before that. Oh, sorry, was it an ox? With a clear lead, 8-1 at the end of the first round.
So here we are at the end of the first round, 8-2, commanding lead by Michela Dorlando. This is not really a surprise. I mean, Michela has a wall full of gold medals. Tosca has a handful of bronzes, and Tosca's she's got a lot of spirit, but she's still working through. She's actually fairly new to the competitive scene. I think she's been competing for maybe 2 years. Michela has been competing for, I think, about 4, maybe 5 years. And Michela has a handful, a wall full of golds versus a handful of bronzes for Tosca. Plus, there's a height difference. So it's not really a surprise, the result we're seeing here. Tosca's doing actually a pretty good job, though, against a pretty experienced competitor.
We'll see now what Tosca's coach has to arm her with for this coming round. A daunting round for Tosca. She's got 6 points she's got to find in 3 minutes.
Sometimes I think it's a question of who is in your corner. Look who's in her corner.
Yeah.
She has Federico Dall'Olio in her corner.
World champion caliber. Swordfish 2016
champion. So the two of them are friends. They talk with each other. They support each other in competitions. I've seen them helping each other out through the course of this competition. It's that Italian thing. So this is the thing. Tosca walks in with 1 Oberhau, 2 Oberhau, sometimes 3 Oberhau, and sometimes they land, and that's what happened.
And Rolando's quite comfortable with parry with a cron and then come back with riposte with an Oberhau. Right, just there.
So it looked like a parry and then a sphere by Orlando. All Michaela needs to do is maintain the status quo. Okay, you saw that. Cut by Tosca. All right Oberhaus and a cut to the head by Dorlando. That's all she needs to keep doing. Parry those right Oberhaus. Tosca needs to mix up her game. Oh, one-handed blow by Michaela.
This tournament has been the year of the thrust. You know, in this day and age, we've talked about it throughout this tournament. You need a thrusting game.
But neither one of them has done that.
And we haven't seen one thrust in this game yet.
But what you're seeing now is a one-handed blow by Michaela, taking advantage of that reach advantage that she has. She probably should have done that earlier, but she didn't need to, frankly, with a 10-3 lead. If what you're doing is working, there she does it again. A thrust that misses. If what you're doing is working, keep doing it. And with a 12-3 lead, it's hard to argue with Michaela's approach. Parry and a sphere by Michaela Dorlando to the head. Judges had varying views on that, so they only gave her 1 point for that. But we're at 13-4. This result is in the hole, I think. It's in the basket for Michaela Dorlando. Coming in again, Flug versus Fontag. Oh, cut to the arm by Michaela. Using that long reach of hers. Oh. The problem with Tosca is she keeps doing the same thing again and again. That's that right Oberhau. She needs to mix up her game. And all Michaela is doing is the same thing. Parry, 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 and then throw in a cut from the right that lands to the head. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. 17-6, resounding victory by Michaela Dorlando.
Michaela Dorlando.
She is back after her knee injury. Good to see her. Medaling again.
She looked real good in that third place fight. She didn't make it all the way. She was knocked out by... Who knocked her out?
It was Elena Mertzena, who we will see in the gold medal bout, and that was an amazing match. Okay, now this next bout is really worth talking about. Okay, so Elena Muzarena is a former gold medalist here. Amazing fencer, short but scrappy, from Tramazzoni in Moscow, Russia, fighting against a newcomer, Isabel Serene, from Brazil, a woman from Brazil, but who actually lives in the Netherlands and trains with the best, in my view, club in the Netherlands, Zwaardensteen.
You know, I don't know if I'd call Elena Muzarena scrappy. You know, she
is scrappy. She closes in. She has no fear.
She knows when to be hard and when to fence soft.
So
she's a fencer that will adopt her game to whoever the person she's fencing.
It's true, but
it's not a one-trick pony.
But what you're going to see from Elena Muzarena is she's going to fight from Flug with her right foot forward. She is going to throw thrusts. She's going to throw cuts to the arm. She's going to throw a right sverk. Those are her 3 attacks, but she uses them judiciously. And then if the other person closes, she does a left Oberhau, but she is very scrappy up close. But Isabel throws combinations of cuts, and we'll see what she does. Yep, 1 point each.
Now, throughout the tournament, you've seen Isabella as a fencer that she likes to take initiative and lead the action. We'll see now against a fencer like Maturina if she's more careful. Strike to the head by Isabel.
I think that was a strike.
Sarin.
I think it was a strike to the arm by Muzarena, taking a lead with a 1 point. So the thing about Muzarena is, generally speaking, she's a reactive fencer. She prefers to stay on the defensive and strike as a counterattack. And you saw that was how she got her point. Isabel came forward, Muzarena caught her with a cut on the arm.
And you saw her after a pool in the ladies pools. After the fights, all the other competitors went back to the showers and got dressed, and she stayed reading her opponents in the other pools.
She did.
And just this obsessive drive and passion.
Whoa!
Helmets are flying!
Yes. Beautiful thrust by Muzarena, taking the mask overlay. Watch this.
Here you see it in repeat.
Beautiful thrust, and there it is.
Step
Boom.
back, step back, step back. Counter thrust.
Yeah,
bang.
This is the thing, right? Okay.
You see, she can fence soft. She can fence hard.
But there are 3 attacks that she has. She has that longer thrust from Flug. She has a right Oberhau to the wrist, and she has a right Zwerchhau. Oh, another thrust landed there by Muzarena. I didn't see what landed by, if anything landed. Yeah, it was a thrust by Muzarena. Wow. Okay, but remember, Isabel...
She's in a 7-0 lead already. It's 1.5 minutes in.
Okay,
wow,
you see that?
Exchange.
Now Isabel is coming in with her combinations of cuts, overwhelming her opponent, trying to overwhelm her opponent. But Muzarena is a tough character.
But she can also strike moving backwards. See how?
She can. And she's good at sniping that hand as the other person is coming in. She's a reactive, counter-attacking fencer. And with someone like Isabel, who does combinations of cuts, as she's withdrawing her sword from the first cut, she gets hit on the arm. That's the scrappiness I'm talking about with Elena Muzarena. She has no fear getting in close. Look at that. No fear. Bam.
Bam.
One-handed push.
Right on the head.
Arm push and a one-handed cut to the head. This is our 8-0 lead. This is the difference between experience and exuberance. This is Muzarena with her long experience against someone who's been doing this for 18 months. Admittedly, a fine fencer, but no match for Elena Muzarena's experience and skill. And there is a certain composure that you see in Elena Muzarena that is unparalleled in other female fencers.
First goal for Isabel Sarin.
But it wasn't clean, right? It was okay. Look at that. See? A little bit of pressure. Sarin comes in. Muzarena snipes her arm. 8-1, 9-1 lead by Elena Muzarena. And now we are at the halfway point, and a commanding lead by Elena Muzarena.
9 points to 1.
Yeah, she really is an amazing fencer. Okay, let's talk about the fencers who she knocked out. Okay, she knocked out Jane Johnston of Canada, who's a very formidable fencer, and frankly, in my point of view, one of the best longsword fencers, if not the best female longsword fencer out there, all around in terms of sort of technical aspects. Elena took her out.
It was close.
It was
close.
There is no doubt it was close, but Elena took her out. And then after that, in a very commanding, dominating way, Elena Muzarena took out Michaela D'Orlando, who we just saw won the last bout.
And she counter-fenced Michaela D'Orlando. She knew she didn't... Michaela had the height advantage and the reach advantage. She waited, countered, got the win.
Right, it didn't matter. Even though Elena is short, does not have a lot of reach. She's got composure, she's got technique. She took out an opponent like Michaela. It was very impressive.
She finds a way. Isabel Sarin in screen.
Yeah, Isabel's amazing. She's only been doing this for 18 months. Think of that, 18 months, and she's in the finals for gold at Swordfish.
Were you that
She's
good
doing
after 18
amazing.
months?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't for sure. And the other thing is, she did very well at the Dutch Lions Cup back in August in Utrecht in the Netherlands. This is someone to watch. Isabel Sarin of Brazil.
It's amazing being in a Swordfish final after 18 months.
It's impressive. Against someone like, well, okay, that was good. Series of beats. Circling. You can feel the tension. I thought I saw a cut by... Right. 2 points blue, 1 point red. 1 point.
Elena, Isabel
is a tough character, and she's slowly making it up, but I don't think she's not got the time. Okay, and that's the thing. You see this counter fencer attitude from Elena. She's backing up, making the parry, cutting to the right outer forearm. There it is. 10 points to 3. She's got a good, solid defense there. And she's relaxed, Elena is. She knows she has this in the bag unless... Same thing. She's found a hole in Isabel's defense, and that is her right forearm. She puts the pressure on the inside line, and then she cuts to the outside line and takes at a minimum that right forearm. There she takes it again. Hand. Outside and right forearm.
This has been an opening on Isabel throughout the tournament. Right. Is that she leads with her hand in front of her, and in those flourishes and those combinations.
Oh, beautiful thrust by Elena Musarena. That's the first time we've seen that this time around. I told you she had 3 attacks. She's been using that arm attack, but now she got her thrust.
And in Isabel's flourishes and combinations, she always leaves her hands
that's true.
far in front of her body. And
okay, there we saw it again. Another cut, and as she cut around, Musarena took a strike. But Isabel landed a cut on the arm. 14-4. Insurmountable lead at this point by Musarena. She can relax. Engages on the inside line, cuts around to the outside line, cut to the head by Musarena on Isabel Sarin. 16-4. Elena has this gold in the basket. Oh, that looked like a good thrust. Again by Elena. This is this counter fencer approach that she takes. She waits for the other person to come in. She closes out the line and she puts that thrust in.
After 18 months, I'd love to see what Isabel Sarin looks like in another year.
Yeah. You will see more of Isabel Sarin. This is an amazing
dominant
result.
Victory for Elena Musarena.
17-4, but
the thing is, for somebody who's only fenced for 14 months,
18 months,
the fact that you've overcome self-doubt, that you've made your way to a final, it's just a sign of greatness to come.
So it really is. But
you're really flying in dark when you're in this situation the first time. Elena, she's done it so many times, and Isabel.
All right, so we have to move on to the gold here. Now, the open longsword goal is Sergei Koltaev of the Freifechter Guild in Russia from St. Petersburg against Antony Olbricki of Akademia Szemmiercy in Łódź, Poland. So the interesting thing about this is what we've seen here is we just saw Olbricki fight in Sabre, where he did a fantastic job and take bronze, and we saw Sergei Koltaev take takes silver in rapier and dagger. So these are two excellent swordsmen fighting in multiple disciplines, fighting for gold in longsword. Scott Hellroth mentioned a few minutes ago about due diligence, and this is the example, right? You have one individual meddling in saber and longsword, and the other one meddling in rapier and dagger and longsword.
Yeah. Russia versus Poland again.
Now, the thing with Andrei Olbrychsky is what you're going to see thrusts from him. And he's very good at these thrusts. And then Sergei Koltaev, very reactive fighter, calm. But what you're also going to see is the ability to move over to the offensive.
So you see, Sergei, he fences with his usually with his cross guard flat, his sword flat in front of him, and that will put him up for a high parry, a flug, a high parry, and then a counter.
Oh, cut to the leg! Early cut to the leg by Olbrychsky, and another cut, I believe, to the arm. I think it's 1-1. So that's a nullity.
Or you'll see a thrust coming from that flug position of Koltaev. And he prefers to counter fence, but he's comfortable in the offense. Both fences measuring each other. They're tapping the blades to see if they can get a reaction and to read the opponent.
Oh,
there's that thrust we were talking about.
There you go. You see a thrust by Koltaev, followed by a couple of Zwerchhaus. Yeah, the judges having a hard time following that, as did we, to be quite honest. Same thing, touching the blades, measuring distance. You see the points, just touching and a thrust, a parry and a cut by Sergei Koltaev. I think 1 point each and nothing done. Very even fight so far between two very skilled fencers. One who's been here before. Very experienced, one less so. The Pole, this is his first time, but he's doing an amazing job. From Warsaw, I think it's from Warsaw. Oh, beautiful thrust by the Russian. Landing on, I'm not sure, thrust to the torso or the throat.
From an interesting guard, he had his point high up in the air.
I think maybe there was a cut to the torso by Olbrychsky.
Strike to the hands, counter to the arm.
Okay, so lead by Koltaev, but not by much. He landed that thrust, but he got hit by an after blow to the arms. Same thing. He's calmer. Olbrychsky again, a little less composure. You see, he's feeling the stress, fighting for gold this time. It's his first time at Swordfish. Oh, hits it. Beautiful. Blow to the leg by Olbrychsky. Parries the after blow. 1 point. Beautiful. Nice technique.
Low, right, almost by the foot.
Gets that after blow. That's the way it's done. Keeping that thread in there.
There comes the thrust.
Parry. Zwerchhau. So 1 point blue is a 2-pointer for Sergei, 1 point for Antony, 2-1. Very close at this point in time. Cut by Sergei Koltaev. Looked like it landed to the head. I thought I saw an afterblow by Olbrychsky. Not sure where it landed.
It's interesting. Through this live feed, we've talked about Koltaev being a counter striker and a defensive fencer. But in both his fights in the finals, he's taken a more aggressive role. Well, not aggressive, but he's setting the pace and initiating the attacks. And he's done it really well. He's coming in with those thrusts, but he hasn't found the parry to the afterblow yet. But he's landed some real nice headshots and thrusts. Scores halfway in. We're at 2 points to Koltaev, 1 point to Olbrychsky. How do I pronounce his name, Matt?
Olbrychsky. Antony Olbrychsky. Very close fight, 2-1. That is nothing That can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Poland against Russia.
Although the score is close, it felt like Kultev's round. It felt like he owned that round.
He did, but Obritsky is far from out of the fight. This is a young man who wants to make his grandfather proud.
Strike to the head by Kultev. Obritsky.
It looked like a strike to the arm
Strikes
by Obritsky in return. 4-1 now. Obritsky needs to step up his game. He needs a good thrust. There he goes. But he doesn't make it.
Tassel.
I didn't see anything there. I don't believe anything was done there. And nothing. Yeah, I think the judges agree with me. 1 point blue. Frankly, I think nothing was done there, but 1 point for blue is okay. 5-1, Kultev against Obritsky. Oh, there you go.
Tap to the kneecap.
Oh, you see a nice blow to the leg, followed by a vicious counterattack by Kultev. I think he hit him on the arm, knocks him down. I love that threat by Kultev.
Obritsky trying to fly out of there after his
but and falling in the process. This is a good fight. You can feel this tension. You can cut it with a knife. Each one feeling the other. Oh! Looked like an attack by Kultev, a parry and a riposte by Obritsky. I'm not sure where it landed. Maybe the arm or the torso. That's an extra point. 3-5 now. Closing it. All he needs is a good thrust to even the score. And he seems to... he tried it.
Knocked down by
Interesting.
Kultev.
Okay, we got a little bit of a... You can see that blow took a little bit
You see how Obritsky's tapping Kultev's blade to get in reaction, but Kultev's not buying it, and he's tapping the blade and then flying in with his thrust, but it's gone off to the side of Kultev.
Okay, so you saw a very hard blow to Obritsky there, and it took him to the ground.
All right.
And we'll see how he's doing. Okay, there's a little bit of a tap there to make sure they're okay there. Gentlemen, just Sergei Kultev is a gentleman. There is no doubt that the Russian is a gentleman. Goes over
Gentleman's courtesy.
To assure his opponent that he has nothing but respect for him. This Kultev, I have great respect for this man. But also for Obritsky. Look at this. The tension. Oh, beautiful cut to the head by Kultev.
I think we were just told off by the referee that we're shouting too much, influencing the judges.
I don't care.
I
don't care.
Thrust! Obritsky. Oh, I want to see that in replay. Flying in, catches the blade, loses his sword. You see, it gets caught between the mask and the head protection, and it sort of bounces out of your hands. Oh, is it already over?
All right, and there we have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sergei Kultev.
Sergei Kultev taking gold in longsword and silver in rapier and dagger, and Antony Obritsky taking silver in longsword and bronze in saber. An amazing result by these two swordsmen.
From the Free Fechter Guild Russia.
Really a spectacular display by these two guys.